Today I've added a new element to her training. I have, it's in preparation for going over tarps. So I have just a small banner that's over here. She can choose to go around it, to jump it, or whatever she wants to do, investigate it. But eventually she'll be walking over it. And I have a couple more that I have set up so I can add to the element. I have this blue one right here. I kind of think the yellow one is a little bit less scary. So we're starting with that. I've changed around my furniture. I have a scarf hanging on the fence just for a new element. I put a little something on the orange cone, and I added my little sparkly thing right there because she has to get used to all sounds and sights, especially if I'm going to be riding her through the streets of Norco in less than 90 days. So that is the reason why I'm trying to help her to get confident about going over everything and anything. I have another tarp over here that she'll probably look at. So I'm going to just ask her to go around. She's over there hanging out with Abba Zaba. Good girl. I just picked up my whip. I'm going to point in the direction I want her to go. And she's not going to want to go over that, but I'm just going to let her walk up to it and take a look at it, investigate. She's already asking if she doesn't have to go that way. You can see her looking the opposite way. Smelling, I like that. Anytime they put their head down to take a look, I'm gonna just not push her at all. So right now I'm just saying, no, your option is only that way. She's asking if she can go the other way. Good girl. Anytime she's smelling, I am not gonna pick up my whip. If she backs up, I am. There's a move forward, and I release the pressure. Good girl. What a girl. Now she'll probably glance over at this blue one right here. Good, that's what I want. I want her to be brave and just not to be scared of these things. Excellent girl. Good girl. And I didn't ask for that trot, but I'm not going to stop it. I'm just going to ask her to walk over it again. And I'd really love it if she just took a look at it. Good girl. Now that's using the thinking side of her brain. She hit it, made a noise, and she didn't even react to it. That's wonderful. And the reason why this is working is because I already have her trust and her confidence. And she already knows that anything I introduce is not going to kill her, because I introduce so many different things all the time. Good girl. She stopped and looked at me for confirmation. I'm going to take all pressure off, let her know that that's the right answer. She might lick and chew in a moment. Good girl. Good girl. That a girl. Good girl. The other Mustang that's out there, the white one, that's the one I did for the Texas challenge. I'm kind of glad he's here because I think he probably talks to her and tells her everything's okay and that you're going to live through this. He's really brave and confident and traveled halfway across the country for a competition, and he's mine. I kept him. I love him, and I'm doing dressage on him. So I'm going to ask her again. Now I'm going to change up the furniture. I'm going to go ahead and move the blue one in and see how she handles that one. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull this one in. So now I have the yellow one and the blue one right there. I think I'll go the same way. So I'm going to point. Good girl. So here's my whip in this hand. I keep it quiet on the ground if she's going forward. Good girl. That's a good girl. Good girl. See how my whip is? It's down and quiet. I'm not encouraging her because she's walking. I mean, she's smelling. She's looking at it and going forward. Good girl. Now, when I want her to move and go a little bit faster, I just lift up my whip. That's all I need to do. So eventually I just want her to not even have to smell it and walk over it with a lot of confidence. But if she still needs to look at it, I'm okay with that. At that point, my whip is down. Good girl. Excellent. Good girl. Good girl. I'm going to add in another one. Sometimes I might spread it out further, but I'm going to go ahead and put it right in between the two, so she has to go ahead and really go over a lot all at once. These are a little bit heavier than a regular tarp. I don't think they make as much noise. And when I'm done with using them on the ground, I'll probably hang them on the fence so she can get used to banners. So here she comes, 3 now. Good girl. I'm going to go ahead and encourage forward movement, so I'm going to pick up my whip. She might try to paw it in a minute to see if it moves, and that could scare her. Sometimes too, if they lift them up, they can get them. They can get scared by picking them up. There she goes. She's thinking about picking it up. What they do is they get scared and they clench their teeth, and then they have it dragging around behind them. That's always kind of scary, but hopefully that won't happen. I love the fact that she's looking. I'm not encouraging forward movement right now because she's really taking her time. Not a problem for her. Let's see what happens when we go the other way. So I just invited her in. I kind of want her to turn into me, so I'm going to ask for that again, to face me before, instead of turning. I'm going to go ahead and send her around at a trot, since I'm not getting her to face up. Might be a little bit harder trotting over them. She might make a little different noise. Good girl. That little head swing, that's feeling kind of good. Feeling fresh this morning. She's got one ear on me. You can see that ear right on me. There's some licking. That a girl. Good girl. Now what I have to do to send her the other way, I have to almost get on her right side of her body, because if I don't, then she's going to end up going back the other way. So I'm changing. See, she's not letting me get over there. Good girl. Now I'm going to change my whip. Good girl. And point. And going the other way could be a whole different reaction. I think it'll be okay because she seems to be not too bothered by anything. But she wants to investigate. I'm going to ask for the trot. Just my life comes up. That is not a problem for her whatsoever. Did you see her lick her lips? Little head sling. I've got one ear on me. She's feeling pretty brave, I think, today. She's feeling pretty good about all this. Yeah, that a girl. How about a little lope? What do you think that'll do? Oh, she couldn't do it. She had to skirt around it. Beautiful. Love that. Love that she just stomped on those. I think I'll just take all pressure off and let her know that that was really good. See her licking her lips, flicking her ears, blinking her eyes, lowering her head. Those are all nice signs that I love to hear. She's proud of herself. She feels good about this. Good girl. Slap my leg when she looks away. That way it draws her attention back to me. She doesn't need to be looking for a new owner. Or anybody else for that matter. She's not facing me up with two eyes. There we go. She's back at me again.